What 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 do you guys want me to say? Honestly, what do you guys want me to say to start off this review? I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm sitting here in shock, disbelief. I've been a wrestling fan for 20 years, the entire time I've been alive, actually. And I've seen WWE mess up a lot of times, especially over the last couple years. But tonight, this was, in my opinion, may have been the worst booked WWE pay-per-view that I've seen in my entire life. This is definitely the worst pay-per-view, the worst booked WWE pay-per-view in recent memory. WWE legit had one job tonight for Hell in a Cell. All you had was one job, and you failed. You failed. All I asked you to do was a couple things. I've been saying this for weeks. Hell in a Cell was supposed to establish Sasha Banks and Bray Wyatt both as the faces of Monday Night Raw, coming out of Hell in a Cell into the WWE draft, into WrestleMania season. And you failed at both. You could at least give us one. There was one thing I expect you guys to do. No, WWE failed at both. You guys see right there, I have a poster. I keep in my room of Sasha Banks. That's actually signed by Sasha Banks when I met her a couple years ago. And I look at it all the time. I look at it when I wake up, I get ready for school in the morning. And it's because she's an inspiration to me. All right? And I look at her as the best female wrestler in the world. But WWE doesn't treat her like the best female wrestler in the world. Bray Wyatt and the Fiend character is easily, by far, the most over thing on the WWE main roster today. But you think WWE would see that. You think WWE would take notice of that. You think they would understand that and make the right booking decisions. They don't. Now we're going into Monday Night Raw tomorrow with way more questions than answers. What's next for Seth Rollins coming out of Hell in a Cell? Is Bray Wyatt being moved over to SmackDown in the draft? What about Sasha Banks after Sasha losing cleanly to Becky Lynch tonight at Hell in a Cell? What's next for Sasha? Does Sasha get moved over to SmackDown? Do Sasha and Becky have a third match tomorrow night on Raw? What about Becky Lynch? Becky Lynch, who has been advertised heavily for SmackDown on Fox. Is she going to stay on Monday Night Raw as the Raw Women's Champion? What's next for Becky Lynch? Who the hell is the next person to face Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship? Do they even have anybody to face Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship other than Sasha Banks? What about Bayley? We saw Bayley and Sasha both crying and very emotional after losing their Hell in a Cell matches tonight. What's next for both of them? Does WWE have a plan in place for both Sasha and Bayley, or is this just WWE doing what they usually do? I don't even know. And Charlotte Flair becoming a 10-time women's champion. Are you kidding me? Really? I came out of this, and after seeing Sasha lose to Becky, I was disappointed, of course, but I've seen Sasha Banks lose so many big-time matches, I'm just like, okay. Whatever. I'm happy when she wins, and when she loses, I'm just like, we're so used to it by now. It's a surprise when WWE actually has Sasha win. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I was not even going to do a Hell in a Cell review. I really wasn't going to do a Hell in a Cell review tonight. All right? Because I did a video on Sasha Banks and Becky right after their match ended, and I tried to be objective. I tried to not be emotional. But after what we saw in the main event tonight, even after Charlotte beat Bayley, I was sitting here laughing. I was like, just WWE doing their normal crap. WWE doing the usual bullcrap. But it wasn't until after what we saw in the main event tonight with Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins that's when I actually got angry. I wasn't even that angry when Becky beat Sasha. All right? I wasn't that angry. I really wasn't. I wasn't angry at all. I wasn't even super angry when Charlotte beat Bayley. As much as I hate Charlotte and the fact that WWE will do whatever it takes to make Charlotte look like the best female wrestler of all time, giving her 10 women's championship reigns in 4 years. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't even think they ever did that with John Cena. But it wasn't until the main event, seeing what we saw to go off the air tonight with Hell in a Cell, that's when I truly got angry. That's when I truly got angry. Because even if, you had Becky defeating Sasha, even if you had Charlotte beating Bayley, I was like, okay, the only reason why I was okay with it, is because the WWE draft. Maybe WWE has some kind of plan with the draft. That was the only reason why I wasn't angry when Sasha and Bayley lost. It wasn't until Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. And it's retarded. Remember last year at Hell in a Cell, there was a disqualification. Remember when Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman were fighting each other inside Hell in a Cell, and Brock Lesnar came out and he destroyed the door, and he destroyed Strowman and Roman, and they had the disqualification that way. You guys remember that? We thought WWE would never repeat that. We thought WWE maybe would learn from what they did last year. No, they instead doubled down. They doubled down on what they did last year with Hell in a Cell, and instead they had the ref stop the match. They had the referee stop the match in a Hell in a Cell match. How dumb can you be to make that booking decision? Really? Honestly, and WWE deserves what they got to end the show tonight. The crowd was absolutely livid. They were chanting, restart the match. They were chanting AEW. They were chanting refund. I'm seeing videos on Twitter. I'm looking on Twitter as I'm talking to you guys right now. And there's videos coming in of the crowd after Hell in a Cell went off the air. That crowd is livid. We all said it. We all knew Bray Wyatt was going to be the babyface going into Hell in a Cell tonight, and Seth was going to be the heel. Some people said no, because they're stupid, retarded idiots. But you saw tonight, everybody in that arena, there was not one person in that arena that didn't want to see Bray Wyatt become Universal Champion tonight. All right? And it's absolutely retarded. Absolutely retarded. Nobody wants Seth as Universal Champion anymore. Nobody. I legit thought there was no chance in hell that we were going to walk out of Hell in a Cell tonight with both Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins as champions on Monday Night Raw. Absolutely zero chance. But hey, of course, leave it my boy Anthony told me a year ago. Oh, my boy, speaking of Moose, he's texting me right now as I'm doing the review, all right? I just realized that Survivor Series this year, we have Crown Jewel coming at the end of the month, but 2 weeks after that, I think November 14th, I don't know, we're getting both Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, unless something big happens in the next couple weeks. We'll have to wait and see. We're getting both Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, WWE Champion versus Universal Champion. We're getting Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins again at Survivor Series, and Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair again at Survivor Series, unless WWE something big happens in the next couple weeks. I don't know. I really don't know. The idea of having Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series was absolutely fantastic in my mind. An absolute fantastic idea in my mind. But now I'm sitting here and thinking, Really, could we still get it? I don't know. I really don't know because this company is so fucking retarded. You had one job, and you couldn't even do right by that. You couldn't even make the right decision. Really, Vince needs to go. And that has never been made more clear by tonight's show. This is easily one of the worst endings of a pay-per-view in recent memory. It's easily, in my opinion, probably the worst booked based off creative decisions. I'm not talking about the wrestling, the matches. I'm talking about just the booking decisions alone. This is easily the worst booked pay-per-view in recent memory that I can remember. I can't remember a show, unless you're thinking, you would have to go all the way back to maybe, I don't know, Battleground 2017? Remember when you had that retarded-ass Punjabi prison match with Jinder fucking Mahal and Randy Orton and the Great Khali? That's the only pay-per-view that comes even close to how bad this show was booked tonight. Oh, even Jinder fucking Mahal as WWE champion is it worse than what we saw tonight? What is WWE's plan going forward? Because remember, the WWE draft does not start till this Friday. It doesn't start this Friday on SmackDown. What is your plan? What is your plan? What's tomorrow night's show? What's the point of watching Monday Night Raw tomorrow night? Honestly, what? What are we supposed to get? And how dumb does WWE look? You booked. Not only did you book the referee to stop the match after Seth hit Bray with the sledgehammer. How retarded does that look? How many times have we seen Triple H use a sledgehammer in a match? And look, I'm getting texts, I'm getting tweets. People send me video. People, I'm telling you, man, Hell in a Cell, man. Oh my gosh. I don't care what anybody else says. Look, how many times have we seen Triple H use a sledgehammer? Use a sledgehammer to win a match. How many times? It was his thing during the 2000s. Triple H was known for winning matches with the sledgehammer. But Seth uses it in a Hell in a Cell match, no less, and it's a disqualification? How retarded can you be? Who scripted that ending? The only person that comes to mind is Vince or Kevin Dunn's retarded beaver ass. What in the world did we see tonight, ladies and gentlemen? What did we see tonight? And what can we expect tomorrow for Raw? I have no idea what to expect. No idea. At the end of the day, I'm not even angry. I'm not angry about Sasha versus Becky. I'm not angry about that. I'm not even angry about Bayley versus Charlotte. I'm not angry. I'm angry at how they booked Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. That's what I'm angry about. How can you be that retarded, WWE? Honestly, how can you be that retarded? I honestly don't get it. I honestly don't get it. They outdo themselves every time. They deserve those AEW chants they got to end the show. They truly did deserve those AEW chants. They did. They did. I don't care what anybody says. But if you guys didn't realize, this is your Hell in a Cell 2019 review. Moose is texting me, man. I don't know why this guy's apologizing to me. I'm not even angry. But this is your Hell in a Cell 2019 review. My name is Fistbunk TV, aka G133. I hope you guys enjoyed that little 15-minute rant to start the show. And yes, we will get into more details, specifically what happened between Bray and Seth Rollins later on in the show. I'm not going to be talking much about Sasha and Becky. I did a video on that a little bit earlier. So if you guys want my full thoughts on the Sasha versus Becky match, you can watch the video I did just a couple hours ago. But this is your thing. Moose wanted me to send you guys this message. If you guys don't know, Moose used to be my old podcast partner. We used to have our wrestling podcast. He doesn't do the podcast anymore because he doesn't watch WWE as much. Even though he did watch Hell in a Cell tonight, I wish he was here to do this review with me, but I don't blame him. But this is what Moose said. This is Moose, and I simply wanted to say a couple things. I stopped watching the main roster after the Royal Rumble. All my boys told me about this new Bray Wyatt gimmick and how great the Fiend is, so I watched SummerSlam. It was god-awful. Then I watched only the main event to see the Fiend literally kill Seth, and this bullshit happens. This reminded me why I don't watch WWE and this shit anymore. Now that Bray is ruined, there is no reason for me to ever tune in for his segments anymore. With that being said, no longer watching strictly NXT for life. All right, that's just your usual message. That's your usual message from Moose. So don't expect to see Moose anytime soon. WWE killed the Bray Wyatt character tonight. They killed the Bray Wyatt character tonight easily. All right, and if excuse me, if having both Sasha and Bray Wyatt lose tonight is your plan to get them on SmackDown, we'll talk about that if they're both drafted to SmackDown on Friday. Excuse me. That's the only way. That's the only way I can make any sense out of this. If Sasha and Bray are both being moved to SmackDown, that's the only way any of this makes sense. And that's the only way I might even be okay with them losing. Or Sasha losing and Bray. But if that isn't, oh man. I don't know. Raw is going to be a must-watch show tomorrow night just to see how WWE responds to what happened tonight. It's going to be very interesting to see what Raw does tomorrow night. All right? I'm not saying it's a good show, but in terms of just of how stupid WWE looks tonight with its creative decision-making, it's a must-watch show to see how they're going to respond. Because you could tell the WWE community right now is angry. It is very angry. Many people believe Sasha should have finally beat Becky tonight, and a lot of people believe that that Bray should have won tonight. Almost everybody believes Bray should have won tonight. After tonight, no one's gonna give a shit about Seth Rollins. Nobody's gonna give a shit about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, when he walks into Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, Seth Rollins is gonna get a chorus of boos. There won't be anybody in that arena cheering Seth Rollins. It might be worse than Roman Reigns when he beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You guys remember that night, the night after, how Roman was being booed? Roman could get a sentence out. It might be worse for Seth Rollins tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. I just wanted to say that. Do not be surprised. And Moose is called Sasha a certified loser. Jeez, man. I don't believe I heard those words come out of Moose's mouth. But hey, how can you say he's wrong after the way Sasha's been booked? Sasha, who is looked at, as we all know, anybody that watches me knows Sasha's the best female wrestler in the world. Easily the best female wrestler in the world. But how can you be called the best female wrestler in the world when you don't have the accolades and, the stuff to back it up? It doesn't matter how great a match Sasha and Becky put on tonight. It doesn't matter how many great matches Sasha puts on. When you're always losing, how are people gonna look at you seriously? How are people gonna look at you seriously? I don't get it. I really don't. I can't put faith in WWE. Part of me wants to think that they have some kind of plan with the way both Sasha and Bayley were treated tonight. But how can I think that? Oh, Sleeping Angels, you gotta talk to Anthony about that. I think Anthony's still in the chat. Yeah, I know Sleeping Angels. Moose pretty well, so. Sasha's not a loser in my eyes. She'll never be a loser in my eyes. But in terms of the way she's booked, I absolutely hate it. I hate the way she's booked. How can you keep building her up just to have her lose big-time matches? I want to think WWE has a plan for her and Bayley, especially the way both of those matches ended. But how am I supposed to know? I don't know. Part of me wants to think we might see Sasha versus Becky tomorrow night on Raw, but I don't know how am I supposed to believe that. I don't know. Sleepy Angel, I agree with you. I'm the biggest Sasha mark around. I'm just as big a Sasha mark as you are, bro. I absolutely hate the way she's booked, man. But what up? He's so Corey Workman. Welcome to the review. But let's get into it. I don't give a damn. We're not talking about Lacey Evans versus Natalya. I don't even know why those two are still feuding. I have zero care for that shit. But Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. I'm not going to talk much about this match because I did a video on it earlier. All I'm going to say, this was the best. This was the best match on the card. This was one of the best matches we've seen all year. This match had everything. Had everything. The spots were crazy. Sasha and Becky beat the absolute hell out of each other. You know, this was a match worthy of being Hell in a Cell. All right? I absolutely love it. I absolutely loved it. Until the ending. Until the ending. All right? And I don't know what they do next. You know, you had Becky tap out. I mean, not Becky. You had Sasha tap out clean to Becky. I don't know where they go from here. All right? I want to think Sasha's getting moved to SmackDown. You know, Sasha being on the A show does have a good ring to it, but I don't know. Because Becky Lynch has been highly advertised for SmackDown for months ago. That was the main reason why I thought Sasha was going to win. Because we all thought Becky was going to drop the title to Sasha and we moved to SmackDown. That's what we all thought. There's still a chance that could happen. Part of me is thinking I won't be surprised if tomorrow night on Raw we see a rematch between Sasha versus Becky. Because who is Becky going to face next? Who else is there for Becky to face on Raw? There's nobody. And I swear, if you guys give me the word, if I hear Naomi or somebody like that, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Naomi is nowhere close to the level of a Sasha Banks. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say. But this was a fantastic match. Easily one of the best women's matches we've seen all year. It's not the best women's match of the year. All right. I don't know to think what other matches were better than this one. Unless we're, you know, I'm trying to think of Shayna Baszler matches. But I don't know. This has this all I'm saying tomorrow night, you know, we might get Sasha versus Becky again. Maybe we get that match again tomorrow night on Raw. I don't see both Sasha and Becky staying on Raw. You're not going to, as good as the matches between Sasha and Becky are, there's no way you can keep doing this match over and over and over again. Yes, the crowd was behind it. Everyone loved it. It was fantastic. You know, did the right person win? No, Sasha should have won this match. This should have established Sasha as the face of Monday Night Raw. This should have also had Sasha avenge the Hell in a Cell loss to Charlotte from 2016. It didn't do that. As great as the match was, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to say, really. You know, Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae was spectacular. I will give it that. But I don't know where they go from here. I don't know where they go from here. You know, tomorrow night, that's why I'm saying tomorrow night is a big show. Because WWE needs to tell us where they're going to go. All right. Is Becky getting moved to SmackDown? Are you going to have Becky drop the Raw Women's title? There is a possibility we see that. Maybe Becky drops the Raw Women's title. All right. Maybe Becky gets drafted to SmackDown, drops the Raw Women's title, and then we have a tournament to crown a new Raw Women's champion. Maybe that's the direction WWE goes with. I don't know. All right. That's the only logical sense. Three things. There's three options here. Either Sasha's getting moved to SmackDown. 2, either Sasha's going to defeat Becky for the Raw Women's title tomorrow night on Raw, and then Becky gets moved to SmackDown. Or 3, Becky gets drafted to SmackDown. She has to relinquish the Raw Women's Championship, and then we have a tournament to decide the new Raw Women's Champion. And maybe that's how Sasha finally becomes the Raw Women's Champion. It's one of those three things. All right? Either Sasha's getting moved to SmackDown, either Becky's getting moved to SmackDown and she's going to drop the title to Sasha tomorrow night on Raw, or 3, either Becky's going to get moved to SmackDown, she's going to have to relinquish the Raw Women's Championship, and then we get a tournament to decide to do Raw Women's Champion. And maybe that's finally when Sasha gets the championship. It's one of those three options. That's all I got to say. That's it. I'm not saying anything else on Sasha versus Becky tonight. It was a great match. I wish Sasha would have won. I'm disappointed that she did lose. I'm tired of Sasha Banks losing in these big-time matches. You know, we'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow night, we'll have to wait and see. WWE has to have some kind of plan. And that's all I'm going to say on terms of Sasha versus Becky. But after that, I'm going to be honest with you guys. After Sasha versus Becky, after the fantastic match it was, this show fell off the map. It fell off the map. It was a bunch of matches that were unadvertised. They were just random matches that came out of nowhere. Honestly, after Sasha versus Becky, after that fantastic match, honestly, most of these matches felt like just a normal episode of Monday Night Raw. This didn't feel like a Hell in a Cell or anything like that. This didn't feel like a pay-per-view. After Sasha versus Becky, this legit felt like a normal Monday Night Raw. It was just a bunch of random matches. We had Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan versus Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. This was actually a fun match. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. This was a really good match. It was very enjoyable. It was utter chaos. It was actually, WWE changed it to a tornado tag team match. All right. So I actually like that decision. I love tornado tag team matches. I do that all the time when I play WWE 2K. But we don't see a lot of tornado tag team matches today in WWE. But basically, Harper and Rowan, they were looked at as, bringing chaos, destroying Bryan and Roman Reigns. And, legit, this was a pure chaos. There was a spot where Roman speared Harper through one of the announce tables. And, this was a good match. And basically, Bryan and Roman won the match afterwards. A lot of people thought we were going to see Daniel Bryan turn heel again tonight, but WWE did not go that direction. I was actually pretty surprised. WWE did not turn Daniel Bryan heel. I thought the way I thought they were going to do it, I thought they were going to have to turn Daniel Bryan heel. Then they were going to get the Usos involved, and probably at Survivor Series, it would be like the Usos and Roman versus Bryan, Harper, and Rowan. No, Bryan is officially a babyface again. The Yes Movement is back. Daniel Bryan is back with the Yes Movement. Yo, Patapot, what are you talking about? Patapot, what are you talking about? You made me pause what I was talking about. What the hell are you talking about? I hope Sasha goes to AEW so I can't hear those Sasha Banks fans just shut the. Like I was about to say, like we don't do Sasha Banks bashing here on my channel. What the hell are you talking? This is a pro Sasha channel. This is maybe the pro Sasha channel in all the community. We don't bash Sasha Banks up on here. I was about to say you can leave and never come back if you're gonna come over here and bash Sasha Banks. We don't do that around here, bro. We don't do that around here. I was about to send Joe and Junior and Sleeping Angels. I was about to send my boys on you. All right? We don't do that around here. We don't do that about here. All right? I would have sent Moose on you. I would send Moose after you. All right? Like, we don't take that Sasha Banks bashing around here. But anyway, Daniel Bryan, they're not turning him heel. He's staying a babyface. Yes, Moving Bryan is back. Even the do it they did. Remember back in 2013 when Daniel Bryan and Kane that was a fantastic story they did with Bryan and Kane back in 2013. Remember when they did the Hug It Out story? Daniel Bryan brought that back here tonight. He did the Hug It Out with Roman Reigns. So now Bryan is officially a babyface again. I don't know what you do with Daniel Bryan. I think I won't be surprised if Daniel Bryan gets moved to Monday Night Raw. I would not be surprised if Daniel Bryan gets moved to Monday Night Raw in the draft. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm still surprised that they turned Daniel Bryan back into a babyface. I don't mind it. Because we all love Daniel Bryan, babyface or heel. It's just going to be very interesting to see where they go from here with Daniel Bryan. I know for a fact Roman's staying on SmackDown. All right, we know Roman's staying on SmackDown, and maybe Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. What I would do with them, I would bring the Bludgeon Brothers back together. They're a pretty good tag team. I like that. You know, WWE, you need tag teams, especially with this draft happening. So I don't know, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. It doesn't matter Raw or SmackDown. I'm fine with that. You know, I definitely think they can be definitely a very, very very big team. Remember, when they were the Bludgeon Brothers, they caused chaos. They were pretty indestructible. I think now you bring the Bludgeon Brothers back together. You know, they have this new intensity about them. They're even more stronger, more dominant than ever. Put them on Raw or SmackDown and let them work in the tag team division. Let them work in the tag team division. You need tag teams. You need your tag team division to look strong after the draft. I think having Harper and Rowan together as a tag team is the best step for them going forward. EY, do you see I'm recording right now, bro? What's wrong with you? Daniel Bryan for president. Yes, I agree with you, bro. Let's get Daniel Bryan in the White House. Get Trump impeached, and let's get Daniel Bryan in the White House. I agree with you, bro. Next up, Mustafa Ali versus Randy Orton. I'm not gonna lie, this was a good match. The thing about it is, my problem with it is this is a match you would see on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. There was no reason for this match being on Hell in a Cell. It was an unadvertised match. It was just a random one-on-one match. It was a good match for what it was. I loved how Mustafa Ali, countered the RKO. Randy Orton goes for an RKO and Ali blocks it by doing a handstand in the middle of it. And then afterwards, Randy Orton's reaction was absolutely priceless. Absolutely priceless. I loved Randy Orton's reaction to Ali doing the blocking the RKO. But just about a minute later, Mustafa Ali, he goes for some, I forget what he was going for. He did like a cartwheel. I don't know what he did. But then he counted it into an RKO. Absolutely electrifying. All right. And then the way Randy Orton posed afterwards, he was like, bitch, you thought you could block my RKO? Please. I absolutely love it. RKO easily one of my favorite finishes all time. I love Randy Orton, man. Loved it. He gets the win here. Even though this match did not need to be on this card at all. I don't know why it was on this card. But at the end of the day, it was a good match. I just didn't understand why it was not. This is a match you would see on Raw or SmackDown. There was really no reason for it to be on the pay-per-view. Didn't beat down this match. Didn't get beat down this much from Charlotte. What do you mean, dude love? I don't understand what you're trying to say. Let me know what you're trying to say. I don't understand what you're trying to say, bro. Yeah, my boy's talking to me about the Chiefs game. How about those Chiefs? Moose, if you're still here, I know you're a Colts fan. Man. Let's go, Colts. Tell them I want to see the Colts beat the Chiefs tonight. All right? Get the hell out of here with that nonsense. All right? Fuck it. I love Patrick Mahomes, man, but come on, I'm a Pats fan first. We got 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Let's go, Colts. Becky keeps destroying her. Yeah, I kind of agree, yes. But the thing about it is, dude, love, I talked about Sasha and Becky earlier. Well, I'm going to wait till tomorrow night. Let's see what happens next. Is this the end of the feud between Sasha and Becky, or do they have something else planned? I don't know. We'll wait till tomorrow night to talk about that. But how about them Colts? I'm hoping the Colts beat the Chiefs. I'm a Packer fan. We're good though, even though this is off topic. Yeah, fact. Oh yeah, you're from Wisconsin. I forget that, Joe. What else? What happened next on the show? I'm trying to think about what happened next. We're getting a little bit off topic. We had the women's tag team title match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Kubaki Warriors. Moose, how you think about your girl Asuka tonight? If you guys didn't know, Moose is as big a Asuka fan as he is a Sasha fan. All right. But yes, this was another random match. All right. Honestly, it doesn't make any sense because Sasha and Bayley defeated both Nikki and Alexa in tag team action on Raw 3 weeks ago. Then the week after that, Sasha defeated Nikki one-on-one. And then the week after that, last Monday, Sasha defeated Alexa Bliss one-on-one. So honestly, if anybody deserves women's tag team championship opportunity, it would be Sasha Banks and Bayley. Alexa and Nikki have already defeated the Kubaki Warriors. So it didn't make any sense how, I hate this about WWE. Now we're just giving random tag team matches, random championship matches to teams that don't deserve them. I'm sorry, Asuka and Kairi Sane have done nothing, absolutely nothing to earn another tag team championship opportunity. But yet they get a random tag team title match on this show. For what? For what? It makes zero sense to me. Zero sense to me. What did Junior say? I kind of got to agree. I'd rather have AJ Lee than Sasha Banks because AJ is the... Get out of here! Whoa! Are we really going to sit here and say AJ Lee? No. I'm an AJ Lee fan. And after Sasha Banks, I have AJ Lee as the second best female wrestler of all time. I love AJ Lee. I absolutely love AJ. But there's no way. There's nobody better. Past, present, future. There's nobody better from in the ring than Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is the best female wrestler in the world. She's not booked like it. It's because Vince McMahon is a fucking retard. But I don't care what anybody says. Sasha Banks is the best female. I love AJ Lee. I love her a lot. And I hope maybe one day I hope that AJ will come back to WWE. It's one of my dream matches. If you ask Moose, ask anybody, when they ask me what's your biggest dream match, it's probably Sasha Banks versus AJ Lee. I would love to see those two go at it. But I'm not gonna sit here and Sasha Banks is the best female wrestler in the world. I'm sorry. All right. I don't know. All right, when you look at the best women's matches of all time, and look how many of them have Sasha Banks in them. Yes, she hasn't won those matches because Vince doesn't know how to book shit. But if you look at Sasha Banks' performance from an in-the-ring standpoint, she is easily the best female wrestler in the world. Best female wrestler of all time. No discussion. But back to the women's tag team championship match. Like I said, Asuka and Kairi Sane, they did nothing to earn this opportunity, but they still got it. It was just another match to fill time. But we actually got new tag team champions in this match. All right. There was no build for this match, but this was not it wasn't a terrible match. It was just very random. It came out of nowhere. No one expected it. All right. No one expected this match at all. But you had Asuka and Kairi Sane win this match. And the way they won it is basically we saw a heel turn from the Kubaki Warriors. And I started noticing this a little bit early in the match. Asuka's mannerisms. She wasn't pandering to the crowd as much as she used to. The crowd was cheering her, and she was like ignoring it a little bit. I was like, why is Asuka acting like this? When did Asuka and Kairi turn into heels? All right? I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying like, why? It came out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, we see Asuka out of nowhere use one of the oldest tricks in the book, something we almost never see in WWE today. We see Asuka pull the old green mist. She spits green mist in the face of Nikki Cross. Imagine if they had that would have been something they had Asuka do to Alexa Bliss. But then for a fact WWE would never let Asuka put green mist in Alexa Bliss's face because we know Alexa Bliss is one of the most protected wrestlers in the entire company. But well, yeah, let's go Colts, baby. Let's go Colts, man. But back to the match itself. They have Asuka She spits green mist in Nikki's face, and that allows her to pin Nikki 1, 2, 3. We have new women's tag team champions. All right, I'm not against Asuka and Kairi Sane being heels, but the tag team division, the women's tag team division, has been buried ever since Sasha and Bayley lost the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania. Simple. There's legit no competition in that division. There's legit 3 teams in the women's tag team division right now. You have Asuka and Kairi Sane, who are the new women's tag team champions. You have Bliss and Nikki, and you have Mandy and Sonya. And we don't even know, what's going to happen now with the draft. We could see all those teams split up. It may be, I don't know what's going to happen. The women's tag team champions have been, championships have been made a joke of. Sasha and Bayley should have never lost those titles. Never. Right now, honestly, we should be standing with Sasha as one half of the women's tag team champions and the Raw Women's Champion, and Bayley with the other half of the women's tag team championships with the SmackDown Women's Championship. That's what we should be having right now. It's sad that we don't have it, but honestly, I'm not mad. I kind of like Asuka and Kairi Sane being heels, but the women's tag team division has been buried for months. For months. You can't expect us to care about the women's tag team division now after you guys have spent months ignoring it, building it as unimportant. I don't know. Will this finally turn Alexa Bliss into a babyface? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, we have new women's tag team champions. Even though it's super random, it came out of nowhere. But we have new women's tag team champions. I don't know if Moose is still here. Tell everyone how you think about Asuka, bro. Next up, we had the Viking Raiders and Braun Strowman versus the OC. I didn't care about this match at all. Like I said, this was another random match. First, you had Orton versus Ali. Then you had the Women's Tag Team Championship match. And now you have Strowman and the Viking Raiders versus the OC. Another match that you would expect to see on Monday Night Raw. This match was very random. Came out of nowhere. All right. Not saying it was a bad match, but really, nothing. I didn't care about it so much. I really wasn't even paying attention during this match, really. The only thing is, this was basically just to set up the confrontation we're going to see tomorrow night on Raw between Strowman and boxing champion Tyson Fury. All right. After the match, the match ended in a disqualification because the OC attacked Strowman. And basically, the two teams brawled after the match, and we see Styles try to hit a phenomenal forearm on Strowman, but as Styles goes for the phenomenal forearm, we see Strowman basically level him with a right hand punch in midair, knocking Styles out. This was basically right now. The rumors have it, and I don't care really, but the rumors have it that we're going to see Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman at WWE Crown Jewel at the end of the month in October in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what WWE has planned for this, but we do know that Tyson Fury will be given a live microphone tomorrow night on Raw. So basically, this was to basically make Strowman look, all high and mighty. Look, his right hand is just as dangerous as Tyson Fury, even though we know Tyson Fury could easily knock out Braun Strowman if he wanted to. All right. They're trying to make Strowman look as big as Tyson Fury. Yeah, an absolute joke. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense. All right, bunch of bull crap right there. So what happens when Raw Smoke doesn't get competition? I don't know. It was a bunch of bull crap, honestly. I didn't understand it at all. We had Chad Gable versus King Corbin. This was another match. This was the fourth match we saw tonight that was unadvertised. Basically, another match you would see on Monday Night Raw. This was a rematch between Gable and Baron Corbin from the King of the Ring finals. Could Gable finally get the job done against Baron Corbin? But basically at the beginning, we saw Corbin cut a promo about, his Friday Night SmackDown segment with The Rock and Becky Lynch. And then he called Chad Gable shorty again. And, this is what led to the match. Basically, this was legit almost the same exact match we saw in the King of the Ring finals and the same exact match we saw the week after in the rematch. Legit. There's been almost nothing different between the matches we've seen between these two. They're good matches, but it's legit the same thing. It's one of the reasons why I just don't care. One of the reasons why I just don't care. It's just random. It's just random. This was another match put on the show to fill time. But what is it? What do you say? Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin makes no sense. Waste of time. I agree with you, bro. Like I said, this match made 0 sense. But Chad Gable finally got the win over Corbin. He finally beats Corbin, which I'll give him that. And he won with the schoolboy roll up. I wish we would have seen Gable win with with either the ankle lock or a moonsault or something else. Baron Corbin, they like I said on Friday in the SmackDown review, they don't know how to book Baron Corbin. The guy won King of the Ring, and legit, they haven't done anything with him since he won it. He's still in the same position he was before. Yes, we have a little more respect for Baron Corbin now, but still, the guy doesn't matter on WWE TV. The King of the Ring has legit done nothing for his career. Nothing for him. They just use it just as a gimmick now. And they're just like, oh, look at Baron Corbin, he's King of the Ring, but no one treats him serious. Like the King of the Ring should be treated. And it makes no sense. After the match later on, we saw Gable being interviewed backstage. And how he was very finally happy, very relieved that he finally beat Corbin. But then we see Corbin come out of nowhere attacking backstage. So it seems like this Corbin and Gable feud will continue. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell they're fighting for. But hey, it's whatever. Next up, we have for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Charlotte Flair. Remember, this match had build to it, all right, because Charlotte and Bayley have been fighting for weeks. They've been mixed in with Sasha and Becky. But this match wasn't announced until Friday night on SmackDown on Fox. And when we saw Charlotte defeat Bayley clean. And, this wasn't a bad match. It wasn't. But, the ending, I don't know. I don't really know what to really say about this. We see Charlotte become a 10-time women's champion. 10 times. Absolutely ridiculous. Charlotte Flair now has won 10 women's championships in 4 years on the main roster. I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. She's gonna beat Ric Flair and John Cena's 16-time world record. She's on pace to beat that record in the next 3 years. 3 years by now, based off the pace she's on right now, Charlotte will break Ric Flair and John Cena's championship record. All right, I think she's the only, double-digit women's champion in WWE history. It's absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, I don't know why they take the title off Charlotte. I really don't. Why do they take the title off Charlotte just to give the title back to her? I really don't. It's stupid. It shows you that championship victories in WWE mean absolute shit. They don't mean nothing. When Charlotte won the championship tonight, she didn't even celebrate. She really didn't have no celebration. She just took the title and she walked out smiling. It's like, I've won so many of these championships. I've won this championship so many times now. It doesn't even mean anything to me, really. It's just like, it's whatever. It's like, all right, I just got back what's mine. I'm back on top like I should be. And then, based on the way they have it now, unless something big happens in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair at Survivor Series again. Again. No one wants to see that. No one. I'm tired of seeing Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. I really am. And that's why I don't understand where WWE is going with this story. Now you have Becky Lynch still as your Raw Women's Champion. You have Charlotte Flair as the SmackDown Women's Champion. So what's your plan for Sasha and Bayley? What's your plans? Where do you go from here? I don't know what you do now. I really don't. All right, do you send Sasha Banks to SmackDown? And do you give us Sasha versus Charlotte again? After, I don't really want to see that again. I really don't. I'm not saying those two wouldn't put on great matches. The thing is, I don't want to relive 2016 all over again with Sasha and Charlotte hot potatoing the SmackDown Women's Championship. Same thing with Bayley. All right? Yes, Bayley and Becky is maybe the only fresh, probably the only fresh 4 horsewoman feud that we haven't seen. Yes, we really haven't seen a feud between Sasha versus Bayley, but we're not going to see that. We're not going to see that right now. And let me plug in my laptop. My laptop's about to die. But honestly, I don't see them giving a Sasha versus Bayley. At least not right now. Maybe when we get close into maybe when we get close into WrestleMania season. But still, man, WWE makes legit 0 cents. 0 cents. Legit, they gave Charlotte Flair the SmackDown Women's title for no reason tonight. I do not want to see Charlotte versus Becky at Survivor Series again. I am not interested in that feud whatsoever. What story could you honestly tell between Charlotte versus Becky that we haven't seen between those two already? We've seen Charlotte versus Becky more than any other 4 horsewoman match in WWE. More than we've seen Sasha versus Charlotte, more than we've seen Sasha versus Bayley, more than we've seen Sasha versus Becky, more than we've seen Bayley versus Becky, more than we've seen Bayley versus Charlotte. How many times have we seen Becky versus Charlotte? I really hope they're not planning on giving us this match. I know I just saw. Congrats to the Colts. I'm really happy that the Colts won. Really happy. Boss fan forever. Welcome to the channel, bro. This is a Sasha Banks channel. You can tell by the poster on my wall, bro. This is a pro Sasha Banks channel. So make sure to subscribe, man. I post a lot of Sasha Banks videos here. But back to what we were talking about. How many times have we seen Charlotte versus Becky? Remember when Charlotte first became Divas champion when she first came to the main roster? All right. Remember when we first saw Becky and Charlotte come to the main roster when Charlotte won the Divas champion? We saw Charlotte versus Becky then. Then we saw it again when Becky Lynch became the man last year. First it was Becky as the heel with Charlotte as the babyface. Then it flipped. Then they had Charlotte as the heel and Becky as the babyface. Then we saw it again early 2019. Back when Ronda Rousey was Raw Women's Champion. Then we saw it again for a 4th time when we saw Becky versus Charlotte versus Ronda at WrestleMania this year. I don't understand what other direction you want to go with this. We've seen Charlotte versus Becky legit in every way possible. I am not interested in a Charlotte versus Becky match. Just because the match will be great doesn't mean I have any care for it. There's legit no storyline that you can get me interested in between Becky and Charlotte. No storyline. Maybe we have Sasha win the Raw Women's Championship tomorrow night and we get Sasha versus Charlotte at Survivor Series. I don't know. We can definitely see the championship change hands, but I have no idea. I'm trying to, as like I said for like the 1,000,000th time during the show, let's hope that WWE has some kind of plan. Because after the match, after we seen Charlotte Flair celebrating, we saw Becky, not Becky, we saw Bayley. Bayley was very frustrated. We see Charlotte over there, she's holding the title, she's so happy, all this bull crap. But then we see Bayley. This was more important. It wasn't even about Charlotte winning, it was more about Bayley losing. Because one thing is Bayley has not looked good as a heel. Or supposedly, as they try to make her look like a heel. You still have her out there pandering to the fans. So, doing the Bayley Buddies thingy. Boss fan, yes, I do. If you go to my channel, go on the playlist, you can probably find the video where I've met Sasha actually twice, actually. And I'm gonna meet her again at Ringside Fest. But you can go find those videos on my channel, bro. But make sure to subscribe. Oh, thank you, boss. But yes, you can find those videos. You can find those videos on the channel. Just go to my playlist section. But we're getting off topic. We saw Bayley after the match. She was frustrated. She was knocking down ring steps. She was pissed. One of the fans were trying to calm her down. Bayley was like, shut up. Bayley was very, very frustrated, and she actually started crying. She started crying, and it looked like real tears. She actually teared up, and she was crying. She was like, "Why do these things always happen to me?" All right, and I don't know what's the plan here. Bayley actually had a pretty long reign as champion. Bayley had a 5-month reign, close to 6-month reign as champion. Hey, Bayley's one reign as SmackDown Women's Champion was longer than all of Sasha's championship reigns combined, other than NXT, which is sad. That the fact I even said that makes me very sad. But yeah, it makes me very sad that that's the way. The fact that Bayley's one SmackDown Women's title reign was longer than all of Sasha's main roster title reigns combined. Very sad that those words came out of my mouth. But I don't know what's the plan now going forward. I really don't. Where does Bayley go in the draft? Does she go back to Raw? Does she go feud with Becky? Or does she stay on SmackDown and feud with Charlotte? I don't know. I have no idea where WWE goes from here. No idea. We saw both Sasha and Bayley kind of tearing up at the end of their championship matches tonight. Both were frustrated, both were sad. Where do they go from here? Where do they go from here? Does WWE have a plan? Will Sasha and Bayley get redemption on Becky and Charlotte? I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. But other than that, we're going to get into the final match of the show. Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. The Fiend versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. Hell in a Cell. I don't know. I ranted on this for about 15 minutes at the beginning of this podcast, and now I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is WWE trying to get the Fiend? Does WWE want to get the Fiend on SmackDown? Is that the reason why they booked this match the way they did tonight? Like I said, there was one outcome for this match, just one. It had to be the Fiend winning clean, winning the Universal Championship. Not only did we not get that, but we got one of the worst booked finishes in any WWE pay-per-view. This was garbage. I'm still don't know. The way they had it all set up with the Fiend's entrance, they had the red cell, they had they had the red lighting, which was I enjoyed that. It was something fresh. It's something you don't see every day. You had the red lighting, and the way this match was booked up to the sledgehammer spot was beautiful. Well, I'm not gonna say beautiful, but it was pretty well done. You had Bray, you had the Fiend no-selling Seth Rollins' Kendall shots. The Fiend was absolutely dominating Seth. And then out of nowhere, you had Seth do 30 curb stomps. Officially, the curb stomp is dead. Seth Rollins should never use the curb stomp again after tonight. It was terrible. Brock Lesnar, was sitting at home probably watching this saying, you had me sell this move? You honestly had me sell this move. Honestly, I don't know. We all thought the Fiend was going to win this match. That was the only logical way this match could have been booked. But you had Seth do 30 curb stomps on Bray. And the thing about it is, what I loved is Bray kept kicking out at one. Bray would absolutely no-sell the curb stomp. That's why I'm saying the curb stomp should never be used by Bray ever again. By Seth ever again. We should never see the curb stomp again by Seth Rollins. The fact that the Fiend kept kicking out on one and Seth kept doing the curb stomp over and over and over and over again. Then he hit Bray and he hit the Fiend in the head with chair shots. Bray would still kick out at one. Hit him with a ladder, would kick him at 1 or 1.5. Then he took a toolbox. He smashed the toolbox on the ladder. Bray would still kick out. And then one of the worst spots we've ever seen. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we've seen Triple H use a sledgehammer time after time and after time again to win matches. We see Seth, he takes a sledgehammer, he hits Bray Wyatt in the head with it. And the ref rings the bell. First of all, we've seen Triple H use the sledgehammer how many freaking times? Doesn't make any sense. Second of all, it's Hell in a Cell. It was bad enough last year that you had Lesnar break the Hell in a Cell door off the hinges. And then you called a DQ for that. You did even worse. You did even worse this year by having a disqualification. Because what happened after the ref calls for the bell? Bray Wyatt got up and destroyed Seth Rollins, hit him with a Sister Abigail outside of the ring. Bray didn't lose this match. Seth was disqualified. Bray Wyatt won the match. Bray Wyatt should be Universal Champion. And what makes it worse? The fans were chanting, restart the match. The fans were booing Seth every time he hit a curb stomp. There was no reason why Seth should have won this match. No reason. I've been saying for weeks that Seth was going to get booed and Bray was going to be the babyface. No one wanted to listen. Bray was by far the babyface tonight. Easily the babyface tonight. And WWE fucked up. They fucked up really bad. Really bad. I don't know. And then I saw a video on Twitter. I think it was Seth as he was being, taken out of the arena. Fans were booing him very, very hard. There was a funny meme of fans throwing bottles and food at Seth. I don't think they didn't actually do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if WWE fans did do that, because I'm telling you, man, tomorrow night Seth's gonna get booed. He's gonna get booed out of the building on Raw. I don't know. The only way this even remotely makes a little sense, the only way this makes any sense at all is if they're planning to put The Fiend on SmackDown and making him WWE champion. You want to talk about Cain Velasquez versus Lesnar? What about the Lesnar versus The Fiend? If you do that, then maybe I will excuse what we saw tonight. But if that's not what you're planning, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't give a fuck. This was one of the worst endings in any WWE pay-per-view. Terrible. The disqualification, to the sledgehammer, to the ending. You had Bray Wyatt. It makes no sense. You had the ref call for the bell just to have Bray get up and beat Seth Rollins up. Then they had a spot on the outside of the ring when Bray did the mandible claw, and then Seth had blood coming out of his mouth. Clearly, it had to be a blood capsule. That was not real blood. It looked almost the same way when Seth when Lesnar beat Seth up right before SummerSlam. Makes no sense. No sense. But the thing is, you had fans chanting refund, and Musta said it in the chat. Fans want refunds, but they're the ones who paid to go to that show tonight. There's a reason why I almost never go to WWE shows anymore. Because I can sit here and bash WWE all I want. But the fact is, we're the ones still giving WWE the money. We're still the ones that are buying WWE merch. We're the reason why Vince and WWE are making more money than they ever had before, even though the quality of the main roster shows are absolutely garbage each and every single week. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. All right? You had the AEW chance to end the show as WWE went off the air. Yes, this is why AEW is going to be successful. All right? When people are stop watching WWE, when people cancel their network subscriptions and they're watching AEW did 1.4 million viewers last Wednesday. When that thing goes up and they get closer and closer to the Raw and the SmackDown viewership, you know why. Because of shit like we saw tonight. All right? There is no reason why you booked that ending tonight. Absolute garbage. All right, this character with The Fiend is one of the most special characters we've ever seen. The most over thing by far on WWE TV. Everybody loved this. And they fucked up. WWE doesn't make any sense. WWE should absolutely be ashamed of themselves. All right? I don't know where they go from here. I don't know what the hell you do next with Seth. I don't know what the hell you're doing with Seth coming out of this show. I'm telling you, man, Seth's going to be booed. each and every single week until you take that Universal Championship off him. I don't know. I don't know. Do we get a Seth versus Bray rematch? I don't know. I don't know. No matter how you WWE tries to explain this, all right? No matter how WWE explain this, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for what they did tonight. No excuse. There's no reason why Sasha shouldn't have won her match tonight, and there's no reason why Bray Wyatt isn't the Universal Champion. And WWE, they will have to deal with the fallout. All right? And when WWE sees that AEW is getting more and more successful each and every week, and Vince gets mad over it, he will only have himself to blame. Because of idiotic booking decisions like we saw tonight at Hell in a Cell. And that's how we're going to end the show. I want to thank everyone for coming through to the Hell in a Cell review. I want to thank you guys, man. You know, we had a lot of viewers in here tonight. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Enable notifications by clicking the bell right next to my name, Flitzpunk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description down below. I will be back here tomorrow night with a Monday Night Raw review. I don't know what to expect from Raw tomorrow night. I really don't. Tomorrow night's going to be very interesting, to say the least. WWE has a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining to do. Where they go from here, especially with the draft happening this Friday, I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace.